Hey guys, so today we are going to be talking about linear functions. Linear functions means exactly what it's saying. Linear means a straight line. It's a function whose graph is a non-vertical line and can be written in the y equals mx plus b form, where m is the slope and b represents the y-intercept. So this first question underneath says, why isn't a vertical line a function? So to refresh our memory, this is what a vertical line looks like. The reason why this cannot be a function is the first bullet point is because it does not pass the vertical line test. The second reason is because each input can only have one output. So remember the vertical line test, you hold it up, you bring it over the graph. If it touches 2 points or more than 1 point at the same time, then it's not a function. Obviously, if it's a vertical line and you're doing the vertical line test, it will touch every single point that is on that particular line. Okay, so if you are looking at example 1, they want you to use the graph to write a linear function that relates y to x. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to write an equation that is y equals mx plus b. So you have to figure out your slope and your y-intercept. I am going to pick 2 points. I decided to pick this point and this point to find my slope, but of course it doesn't matter which ones you pick. So my first point is 2, 0. My second point is 4, 3. Remember, with slope, in order to figure that out, you have to do your y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the formula that we're going to use. So what you're going to do is label your x1, y1, x2, y2. After you do that, you're going to simply plug that into your equation. You can see that your y2 is 3, your y1 is 0, x2 is 4, and x1 is 2. Simplify, and you will get 3 over 2. So now we figured out what the slope is. Now we got to figure out what our y-intercept is, which represents by the letter b. So if you take a look, you're going to look at your graph and see where the dot or the line is going across the y-axis, and it's the one that I just circled. So your y-intercept for this equation will be -3. So now you have your slope, you have your y-intercept. The last step is to put it all together. So we're using this equation right here. So y equals, replace your m with the slope we just figured out. Replace the b with the y-intercept we just figured out. And this would be your answer. Y equals 3/2 x minus 3. So once you find your slope, then you find your y-intercept and replace it within the original equation. Okay, example 2. Now you're going to be using the table to once again find the linear function. So I'm going to write the equation I'll be using, and we need to recall whenever we're finding slope from a table, that's the change in y over the change in x. Remember that triangle just means change. So what we're going to do is you have to find the pattern. Change means pattern. So if you look at your x values, you can see that you're adding 1 each time. And if you look at your y values, you're subtracting 2 each time. So your change in y is -2. Your change in x is 1. Excuse me, and then you reduce that to get -2. The next thing you're going to do is try to figure out what your y-intercept is. So if I'm looking for B, I am going to find the point where x is 0, because that will tell me where my y-intercept is. So I can see this point is 0, 3. If I were to graph that, if you're looking at the equation up above, 0, 3 would land on this point right here. So therefore, that would be the y-intercept. So the y-intercept would be 3. And then what you're going to do is plug it all back together. Y equals, instead of m, you're going to write -2. Instead of b, you are going to write +3 because that 3 is positive. Okay, so you need to remember how to find slope, and you need to remember to find the y-intercept by looking at a table and a graph. So what I want you guys to do is pause the video briefly, and you guys try the on your own problems. Whenever you guys, or most of you guys, are ready, the sub will unpause the video, and you get to check your answers. Okay, by now you guys should have unpaused the video, and I'm going to kind of go through this pretty quickly because you guys should have already had time to work it out. So whenever you're looking at the line, you're going to, you can either do rise over run for slope. You could do rise over run, or you could solve it by doing 2 points. I'm just going to show you rise over run so we can remember how to do that. So you're going to go from 2 points, so your rise is actually falling, so that's -1, and your run is 2. That's as simplified as you can get, so you can keep it as -1 over 2. Your y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis, so therefore your y-intercept is -1. You're using the y equals mx plus b equation, simply plugging in what you have, replacing the m and the b, and that should be your final answer. On the second one, we know, whoopsies, in order to find the slope, you're doing the change in the y over the change in the x. Here you're adding 1 for the x, here you're adding 0 for the y. So therefore you would have change in y is 0, change in x is 1. Simplify, and you would just get 0. I'm going to find my b, so whenever your x is 0, that's your y-intercept. So your b is 2. If I were to plug both of these into my equation, I'd be left with y equals 0, x plus 2. But to simplify it even more, we know anything times 0 is 0. So that will cancel out, and you're just left with y equals 2. Okay. If you have any questions for me, I'll be there tomorrow to answer them. So now we're moving on to example 3. So on example 3, it says you are controlling an unmanned aerial vehicle for surveillance. The table shows the height, y, in thousands of feet of the UAV X minutes after you start its descent from cruising altitude. So the first thing they want you to do is write a linear function, y equals mx plus b, and then you're interpreting what that means. So for my slope, what I'm just going to do is pick the first 2 points and do my y2 minus y1. So the points I have picked are 0, 65 and 10, 60. No, it does not matter which points that you pick. These are just the points that I happen to pick. And then your equation, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. I'm going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I'm simply going to plug them in. 60 minus 65. And then I have 10 minus 0. I'm left with -5 over 10, which gives you -1/2. So now I figured my slope, got to figure out my y-intercept. So you can see your y-intercept is wherever your x is 0, because that's where it will cross on the y-axis. you can see that your y-intercept would be 65. So I am going to write my equation, y equals -1/2 x plus 65. So that's part 1. Part 2 says that you need to interpret. You are interpreting what the slope and the y-intercept are. So your slope in this particular problem indicates, it's going to be trying to scrunch it a little bit, that the height decreases 500 feet per minute, and the y-intercept means that the cruise starts at 65,000 feet. Okay, so the slope indicates that the height is decreasing. The reason why it's decreasing is because it is negative. And then the reason why it's 500 feet per minute, because if you were to make this into a fraction or a decimal, it would be 0.5. The y-intercept, remember that's in 1,000 feet, means that you are starting the cruise at 65,000 feet. Okay, B, they want you to figure out the graph. So the first thing I realized is that my x values only go up to 30, so I'm going to count by tens. Let's pick a color that you can see. Let's do red. So what I'm going to do is count by tens, but skip 2 boxes in between so it's not all scrunched together. And yes, you need to label the entire axis, 80, 90, 100. And then this right here represents minutes. And then I'm actually going to do the same thing on the y-axis, count by tens, because we're only going up to 65. But I'm going to do the same thing and skip 2 boxes. Sorry, I'm kind of running out of room right here. And then this value right here, whoopsies, this represents your height. I know we're writing a lot of information here, so just do the best that you can. So I'm going to then plot my points. So 0, 65, 10, 60, 20, 55, 30, 50, and then try your best to draw a straight line. It's hard for me to do on here. So that's your straight line. It's descending. So then here it's asking you from the height of the UAV when you stop the descent. Oh, so you're figuring out what the height is after 1 hour. So 1 hour, you know, means 60 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just take my equation. So my equation is right here. Right up top, y equals -1/2. Excuse me, but instead of my x, I am going to plug in 60 minutes and then add 65. And then you're going to have y equals, so you know 1/2 of 60 would be 30, so that's -30 plus 65. And then you're going to add the two together to figure out what the height is. So if you subtract them, you would get 35 feet, but remember it's in thousands, so it's 35,000 feet. Okay, So let's try example 4. You'll have to watch the next video.